Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of The Hard Choice, Simple Steps for Showing Up. My name is Brad Draper. I am your host. I am grateful to be with you today. We have such an important topic to discuss, and I hope you have this discussion with me. I hope you engage in thought and then in word and deed and action. It may not be directly to me, but we are having a discussion nonetheless. This is a topic that I actually came up with some time ago. I tend to think of topics and I have a text thread with myself. I don't know if you have a text thread with yourself, but they're just varying things that you have on your mind. Things I need to get done, things to do around the house, things I need to pack, whatever it is. But I have a running list of these texts, and as I do the topic, I delete the text. So I have this huge list of topics that I want to cover on this podcast for you. It's those things that I ponder about when I'm on my walk or on a bike ride or on a treadmill or working out or driving or what have you. Just when I'm thinking, maybe that shower time, that epic, amazing thought process, that happens in the shower. That's one of them. This thing I was thinking about is how important it is for those that are capable. And if you're listening to this podcast, I would assume you fall in that boat. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the club. If you have the capacity, if you are capable of scaling, growing, getting to that next level, becoming successful, whatever you deem that definition to be, if you have the capability, it is your obligation to do it. It is your obligation to scale, grow, and magnify everything in your world. Because here's the reality. It is not just your family's life that's on the line. Owning businesses, scaling, growing money, growing things in general, it's not just your family that benefits. It's your employees' family. It's your customers' family. It's those people that see you and watch that you influence and you know nothing about. It is that conversation you will never be a part of. It is that ride in the car when they're listening to your podcast and have a thought spark based off of something you said. That thought you will never interact with. This butterfly effect, this ripple effect that goes through eternity is based and stemmed entirely around your capacity and your will to keep going. You can sit back and say, this sucks, this is hard, I don't want to do it anymore. I want to go back to a 9-to-5. I want to go back to a secure income. Got the super air quotes on that, secure, because nothing is secure. The most secure thing in this world is you with yourself. And that's a fact. Everything can crumble. Every secure position, they can all go away. In fact, I was just reading that Starlink replaced their entire call center. Everybody was let go, and their entire call center is now ran with AI. And with that AI, it is closing 20% of all leads that come in, cold leads, 20% it closes, and it is resolving greater than 70% of troubleshooting issues. Think about that. That destroys, obliterates call centers with humans. So, yeah, I want you to think about that one. Nothing is secure. The only thing that is secure is yourself and betting on yourself. And people are relying on you for that. Because I said, for all those that are capable, not everyone's capable. The stark reality is most are not capable for this life. They are not built. They are not equipped. They are not prepared for the things that it takes to be an entrepreneur or to grow your own businesses or be an intrapreneur for that matter, and to scale, grow, magnify. This is built for a select few. You look around, most people do not have it within them. They say they do. They think they do. They want to have it. But when push comes to shove, it's too hard. It's too much. There is so much on the mind. It takes a very particular person that enjoys pain, that enjoys trial, that enjoys just getting kicked in the throat over and over and over and over. It's those people that just don't know how to quit. They're too stupid to quit. They're too smart to quit, however you want to frame it. They just don't stop. Those people are the ones that have the obligation to build something, to affect the world. I was talking with one of my friends the other day, and he was visiting, and we kind of clued him in a little bit as to the magnitude in which we are pointing this freaking rocket ship that we call our business. And I'm constantly telling him, like, think bigger, outside of yourself, think bigger. And we gave him a little snippet of some of the things that we're looking at and that we're striving to accomplish. And at the end of the day, you've got to get past yourself. You've got to get past your family. You've got to get past your neighborhood. You've got to get past your local community and start thinking bigger. Think on a global scale, not even a national scale, a global scale. How can you affect people? How can you influence people for good? How can you help? How can you serve? How can you love? After all, that's what humans really want. At the end of the day, we all go about it different ways, but we all want fulfillment, impact, love, family, relationships. We'll call it family relationships. But we want impact. We want fulfillment. We want a legacy. We want to be remembered for something. And the sad truth is most people will be remembered for nothing. In fact, they will be completely forgotten. It is up to you to lay the foundation for your name to reverberate through the eons of time. Elon Musk's name will be known for generations, many generations. Steve Jobs, many generations. You've got these people that have done big things that just wanted to cause influence. What are you doing? What is your ripple? And it goes all the way down to smiling at somebody, saying hi to somebody. I had a conversation with somebody at the gym the other day that I thought was somewhat of a passerby conversation. It was of a religious context. It was a spiritual context. And I gave him a few things to think about. He had stated he's like triple depressed. He's not normally an emotional person, but he's like 3rd degree depressed right now. And I gave him some things to think about. He's a religious person and a spiritual person, as am I. And I gave him just a few little things that were on my mind that came to thought, and we moved on. And I got a text later that day and said, you have no idea how much that impacted me. I wanted to just shoot you a message and just say thank you. Thank you for sharing your mind. Thank you for sharing your thoughts, because they landed deeper than I think you realized. You never know what a smile, a wave, a high five. Give somebody a hug and hold it a little bit longer. Tell someone I love you and actually look at them in the eye when you say it. Not just love you, bro, but I love you. Own it. Be that light. Be that lighthouse for other people. It is your obligation to stand firm amongst this storm we call living and existence. It's on you. The onus is on you. And it comes down to a decision to act, a decision to move, a decision to step, a decision to do something, anything in one singular direction with intention and focus. I was on a conversation this morning. I was on a half-hour conversation with an old friend. And he says, what are you doing these days? He asks me that every single time we talk, by the way. What are you doing these days? And the answer has been the same for 2.5 years. I'm still doing our project. I'm still working on our artificial intelligence. That's what we do. And we've been coding for 2.5 years almost, just under 2.5 years. And he goes, you're still grinding. You're still in it. Yes, that's all I do. Besides being a dad. That's my number one thing, to be honest, being a dad. When you drive with laser like focus, precision, and you just are relentless and you don't stop, winning is inevitable. Now, how long that takes is a different story. That depends on your environment, that depends on your skill set, depends on the people on your team. Getting the right people on your team matters. We ran our team with a contracted team for 14 months and ended up having to let the contractors go and abandon everything they did. We started from scratch after that and then brought everybody in-house, a whole new team, people we did not yet know. And now I'm blessed to call them my brothers and my team members. We don't have sisters yet. We will. And how cool it is to see the preparation in each person's life to catalyze to this point. But it took me and my primary business partner sitting at coffee 2.5 years ago and just thinking, what could we do? And in fact, that was our first meeting. That was before we were business partners. And he was teaching me to day trade. That's how it all started. We kind of just fell into it. If you remember, I was an executive in a laboratory. I spent 13 years of my life in a windowless hall reading data sheets, reading instrumentation. And here we are, 4 years later, having left the lab. This July will be 4 years. And we are still chasing it. We're still after it. And in fact, I'm not sure we'll ever catch it because the goalpost moves. The end zone moves. What we're going after gets bigger. And as soon as we know we're about to achieve the thing, we move it along down the road. We just keep dangling that carrot. Like I said, glutton for punishment, glutton for pain. We just are wired that way. And it is our obligation to keep sprinting, to keep moving. So if you ask yourself, what's it all for? Why is it worth it? Why are you doing this thing that you're doing that is so difficult that most people on planet Earth are not capable of even accomplishing? Why are you doing it? Well, I'm doing it for everybody else. There's a little bit of me in there too, obviously. And a little bit of my family in there too, a lot of bit of my family. But it's bigger than that. It's your customers, it's your employees, it's all those people that you interact with, that you rub shoulders with, the waitress that you tipped a little bit more because you're capable of it. The waitress at the restaurant or the waiter at the restaurant that is a higher scale restaurant that you treated a little bit differently because you are a little bit different. It's everyone in your world. And your world is huge. Your world has a very long, very wide reach. Thanks to social media. Things like this podcast. Whenever I look at the geolocation of listeners, it's pretty wild. I think this podcast has touched every continent with humans on it. It's not reached Antarctica, but it's reached every major country in the world. I mean, I don't know those people. But this ripple of starting a podcast and sitting in front of this camera, pressing record on my Rodecaster Pro 2, that's where it's taking things. And how cool that is. That came by way of a decision of I have a story, I have a voice, I have a way to teach. So teach. And here we are. The onus is on you. You are capable. You have the ability. And it is your obligation to become stupid rich so you can have a stupid reach. Share this episode with your friends and your family. For those that you feel like can learn from it, that are the ones that are capable. That's the only way the show grows is if you share it. And it's fun to watch how it does incrementally grow. When I first started it, I think I had like 5 listeners, with me being one, my wife being one, and my mom being one. I think my sister-in-law was one. So I think I had like immediate family was 4 of the 5 people, with like a friend that was the 5th person. But watching it grow has been so cool. Keep growing, keep pushing, keep fighting. You can find me on socials, Mr. Brad Draper. Leave me a comment, leave me a review on this podcast, Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen to it. Like this thing, subscribe to it, download it for future listenings. Until next week, I love you guys. Bye.